What mysteries have been discovered from polar icebergs? Are these discoveries pose potential threats to humankind? What creatures had lived before mankind on planet Earth? Planet Earth has been around for approximately 5 billion years, and humans have inhabited it for only about 5 million years of this time. Not only humans, but there were creatures that lived on this planet before the emergence of mankind. Some of them are still alive today, but the thing is, their hands don't reach the mankind. If they were to reach us, they would be among the most dangerous and deadliest beings that you might encounter with. Today we are going to discuss about things that have been found in the icebergs by humans that are still intact, as well as things that possibly remain within the icebergs with the potential to threaten human life on this planet. From human mummies to ancient animals and various other items. If you are curious to uncover the truth about these creatures that have remained hidden, make sure to stay with me until the end. The first case is known as the Lulialaco children. Because of the region's name Lulialaco, these mummies are referred to as the Lulialaco children. Now these mummies are associated with a dark, ancient and terrifying story. Originally, there were 2 children and 1 teenager. The teenager was approximately 16 years old, while the children were around 6 and 7. What has been discovered is that people of that era sacrificed these children at that age. They offered these sacrifices to the gods in the hope of receiving blessings, abundant food, and agricultural prosperity. And they sealed these children inside 1.5 meter boxes, where they would slowly perish. These 3 mummies are among the best preserved ones that have been discovered up to this point, because their bodies have remained completely intact in comparison to other mummies. They say that one of these children died from extreme stress because they were tightly bound in clothing, which caused bloodshed and even displacement of some of her ribs. The prevailing theories suggest that these children were selected either for their exceptional beauty or because their parents willingly offered them for the ritual sacrifice. Before the commencement of the ritual, it is believed that these children were given alcohol or substances to numb them. In the hair of one of these children, a significant amount of a substance was found known as coca leaves, which was commonly used during that time. The exact reason for placing this substance in her hair remains a mystery, and we still have no knowledge about it. Nevertheless, the entire story is undeniably horrifying. The next case is known as blood falls or demon waterfall. This unique phenomenon is a waterfall located in Antarctica, a continent which we have limited knowledge about. Access to Antarctica is heavily restricted, and people are not permitted to travel there without a special government authorization, unless there are scientists or researchers with the necessary permissions. A truly eerie discovery within the icebergs of Antarctica is the blood falls, a waterfall whose water consistently appears red. However, it's essential to note that this red hue is not due to blood. It occurs because of the significant amount of iron present in the water. This same element is responsible for the reddish-orange appearance of Mars, as Mars also contains a substantial amount of iron. But the source of this abundant iron and the reason for its high concentration remained unanswered questions for scientists. Indeed, within this extremely cold, icy, and predominantly white environment where this red water flows without freezing, a chilling narrative unfolds, making it an eerie and perplexing sight. The next case is the mummy known as Otzi the Iceman, discovered in icebergs and estimated to be around 5,000 years old. A peculiar aspect of this mummy is the presence of 61 tattoo marks on his body. These tattoos represent one of the earliest known instances of tattooing on human bodies dating back 5,000 years. Scientists had believed that the tattoo marks on his body likely held a spiritual and cultural significance during that time. As researchers delved into the study of this mummy's body, they discovered that he had been afflicted with several ailments, including the presence of worms on his body, kidney stones, osteoporosis, and several other diseases. And all these tattoos were found precisely where one would experience significant pain from each of these diseases. He seems to have used these tattoos to mark and represent his diseases and pains, and the exact reasons for doing this and how it may have benefited him remain unknown. However, it is clear that each spot on his body corresponded to a specific pain or disease. Additionally, the cause of his death was a blow to his head, and the motive behind this incident and the identity of the perpetrator remain unknown. The next intriguing and peculiar discovery in the icebergs is mammoth brains. They found a mammoth dating back to 39,000 years ago, and within the body preserved in the icebergs, the brain inside its skull contained some wet parts, indicating that it had not fully dried or deteriorated. This discovery has given scientists hope of potentially extracting DNA from the mammoth's brain, because some part of its body were still intact. And if you don't know, having the DNA pattern of a species allows for the possibility of recreating and reviving its population. Later on, they determined that it was a baby mammoth that had fallen from a height and died instantly. Since its discovery, the specimen has been relocated to Moscow, Russia, where it is on display in one of the museums for people to visit. Stay tuned until the end, as I will be discussing a highly dangerous discovery that scientists have made in the icebergs, which has the potential to threaten both the world and human lives to destruction. But before we delving into that, I would like to touch upon the Siberian Ice Maiden, also known as Princess of Okhotsk. The Siberian Ice Maiden, dating back to the 5th century, is a female mummy. Researchers found tattoos on her body, and her cause of death was determined to be breast cancer and a fall that resulted in a significant damage to her body. Her tattoos, unlike those on Otzi the Iceman, were significantly different and not related to her diseases. Some of her tattoos depicted animals like gazelles and deer. Researchers later theorized that these tattoos might have represented her rank and status, suggesting that she held a position of royalty, possibly as a prince or queen. And finally, the most terrifying discovery that scientists have made, with the knowledge that there may be more out there: the presence of ancient bacteria and viruses within the icebergs. There are ancient and historical viruses that our immunity system is unfamiliar with and cannot effectively combat them. If you think that coronavirus, which came in 2020, was really awful, you are probably not prepared for this, because thousands of types of bacteria and viruses are trapped within the polar icebergs. The moment these icebergs melt and enter the oceans, humans will have no defense against these diseases, unless they develop their vaccines over time. Moreover, these viruses are not few, but thousands in number. This is a very concerning issue, as people and governments often do not take the global warming seriously. With the Earth warming up, polar icebergs are melting over time, and the entry of these viruses into the oceans could pose a significant threat to the future generations and humankind. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and share your thoughts and opinions about the mysteries and threats that exist within the polar icebergs in the comment section. Till the next video, see ya.